Welcome, everybody, to episode 340 of the effing title. I'm Big Husky.
And I'm DeNutte.
And we are back with more Netflix.
Oh, yeah. More Netflix.
More Netflix. The Rip.
The Rip.
The Rip. We got
the movie that didn't get a lot of, I didn't see any advertisement for it.
Nope.
I've seen more advertisement since it's come out.
Yes. I will say that, too. I agree with that one. Ben and Matt are back again, doing things together. They're back. The Rip. Real quick, we're not even a minute in.
Yeah.
What are you scoring it?
I'll give it a 7.5, 7.6, 7.6.
I'm going just pure 8.
Yeah, there you go.
Pure 8. I wanted to check as well beforehand, going based off of movies, because of course we have 2 different listings here for stuff. Movies, this is the second highest movie that I've rated.
Okay.
Tied with Train Dreams.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so it is Frankenstein was an 8.25. Train Dreams, and this is an 8. I loved this. I loved everything about this.
Yeah.
Matt and Ben are fully in their wheelhouse in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're fully in their wheelhouse. They you can tell that there was almost no creative pushback or holding them back or hand holding or you can and can't do this. They just did what they wanted to. You could tell it by the way that they acted, by the way they were doing things, and it played off beautifully, in my opinion.
Yep. I was telling my one of my buddies to watch this, and he was like, I forget what he called it the heist movie, and I was like, yeah, it's less of a heist movie, and it's more like a Clue movie with cops.
Exactly, and that was the thing is so what did you say it was again? Sorry, what did you give it? 7.5?
7.6.
7.6. Okay, I didn't write it down, so that's my bad.
7.6.
Yeah, it's interesting because you would think just seeing the trailers and everything, it's like a heist movie.
You think it's like a group of dirty cops robbing a house.
And then you find out as the movie goes on, it's more of a who's who, what's what, what's real, what's not, what's happening. And throughout the entire movie, it keeps you going. And I actually thought it did a fantastic job with that because there was parts where I didn't see it coming. And then right before the hit happens, I'm like, ow. Okay, because that was the spoilers here. Spoilers already. This is spoilers throughout the entire thing, but spoilers already. At the very end, when they open up the bags and it's not the money and it's the immediately literally maybe 10 seconds before they showed it, I was like, oh shit, is that the? And then it showed it, and I'm like, oh, that's good. I was like, that's good. But it was that was it the entire movie, it felt like, though. It's you don't really know what's happening, and then right before the reveal, it kind of starts to click, and then the reveal happens, and it fully locks in on you. Okay, there it is. That's the twist. That's the this. And I thought that was very good, because throughout the movie, I'm like, it's this guy. And then I was like, nope, it's this. Nope, we're back here. Nope, now it's here. Nope, now we're back here. And
it's funny because I knew right away it was none of the girls, at least. None of the girls killed the captain in the opening scene because those were two men that gunned down the captain.
And I will say this right now, I genuinely thought right off rip, just from physique size alone, I thought it was Ben and Matt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because one of them was a little bit bigger than the other, so I thought the one with the shotgun was Ben, and I thought the other one was Matt. And then immediately goes into the next scene.
Turns out when we find out who it is, I didn't expect either of them.
No. And I think,
until beforehand when you knew it was happening, but
once the kind of the twist is now been almost confirmed.
Yeah,
and then it shows it. Then it's like, oh, but yeah, no, like you said though, up until that moment, wouldn't have even crossed my mind that it was those two.
Nope.
And it's just so let's. It's weird because it's I've been looking around online, And right now it's doing... It's funny, because it all depends on where you look. IMDb has it as a 6.9, which I think is a little bit low. Rotten Tomatoes has it as an 84, which Rotten Tomatoes normally isn't...
I always laugh at that because it's not like that's not how good it is. That's a percentage of like the raters who liked it.
Popcorn Meter has it as a 69 on there as well,
which is a little lower than I thought it would be.
Letterboxd has it as a 325. Let's see here. Consensus: leveraging Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's classic chemistry to texturalize a friendship tested by greed. The Rip tears its pot boiler setup with compulsively watchable confidence.
I'm just looking at AV Club. I don't know if anyone really uses AV Club. AV Club gave it a B, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one it says the interactions are so over the top, it's almost cartoonish. Pacing problems for sure. And it says Damon and Ben get you through it, but it's not an easy watch. I thought it was an easy watch.
I thought it was easy watch. If I didn't find any pacing problems, I felt like everything that pacing felt weird, it was done for a reason.
Yes.
Like every interaction with Matt Damon, people were like, how much was this reported thing? And he always told them a different number. And I was like, all right, what the, like, why is he doing that? Like, what's the angle? Like, is he like,
I was like, is he trying to find out who he can share it with? And that's like,
I never even thought of that, actually.
Yeah. It was interesting because like, I know that because of course I've seen stuff like that before where it's like you tell, like if you're going to tell like a secret to a group of people, you just change it. You change the secret just to, or like if you like, let's say for instance, like, you know, someone in your circle is like runs their mouth and you know that. So when you're telling people stuff, you just change the story just a little bit for each one of them. Because eventually then someone's going to be like, oh, well, I heard that you're fucking around with Samantha. And it's like, oh, yeah. I told him that I was with Samantha, but I told everyone else a different name. So, hey, we got to talk now, dude, because what the hell?
Yeah.
So like when it first started off, I was thinking that, but then as the movie went on, I'm like, it still doesn't make, like, because like I couldn't remember which number.
I was like, who do you tell 150 to?
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't even think about it, you know. But yeah, it was there was like, and that was the thing. Is like the pacing didn't feel off. It felt more. When it was going to different people, the pacing fit that person to an extent, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you got to Matt, it was kind of like it was a little bit scatterbrainish. When you got to Ben, it felt very confident, like the pacing was solid. With Matt though, it was kind of a little bit all over the place.
But also that pushed, like, is he the bad guy? Because in each way, like, there was like, is Matt a crooked cop? Is he like, did he get the captain killed, and is he doing this thing to mess with everyone else? And is that like, is he just like so far off the deep end? Is he like just super like, yeah, it's 150. Yeah, it's 75. Like,
and I was gonna see if I could find, so the thing I thought as well was really kind of cool was that, and I think they set it up really well because like you're trying to figure out like what's happening. Right, and then this rip comes in. So a rip is basically, God, I don't even know how to explain what a rip is in this.
I think it's like my take was that it was like a drug house where the rip is like the money or drugs being held in a location.
So it says here the rip police meaning because that's what I just wrote was police meaning. Refers to the slang term for a police raid where officers seize illegal assets, often drugs or cash, and may involve ripping off or skimming some of the confiscated money. So there we go. So like
it's funny because have you seen some of the like the post stuff that's come out about this where they're like Matt's talking about Netflix where he's like, you have a lot of creative control, except for the fact where they're like, when you're doing the story, you have to state the plot multiple times because people are going to miss it.
Yes, and that's a new thing that Netflix wants because people are on their phones, so they're not fully paying attention, so you have to keep repeating the name of the movie. Which, like, I thought I heard that and I was like, that is dumb. Like, I was like, that genuinely is dumb. But and then I started thinking about it with the movie, and like, it made sense. But in the movie, though, it wasn't just like they were saying the rip just to do that. Like, a lot of the times they were just saying it in like a good context to an extent.
Yeah, they did a good job with it.
Yeah. The one thing I did like was, like I said, so like when they were talking about the rip and everything and they're doing stuff, at one point, like, Matt Damon has a tattoo on both of his wrists, like right, like here. And it was
a real, what's that Irish Brothers movie?
Oh, Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints, yeah.
Yes.
Real Boondock Saints tattoos.
So it was an anagram on both sides. And on one side it was AWTGG. And she's like, what does that stand for? And he goes, are we the good guys? And I remember that being in the trailers and everything. And I was like, you know what? It's kind of corny. Corny. But I genuinely really like that for this movie. And it fit. It really did. Like, when he first says that, it's like, okay, he has that tattooed on him. And he's the guy that, like, is kind of sketchy throughout the whole thing. It's like, hey, we're going to go do this thing. Hey, this, hey, there's that.
He's like, I don't want to be a cop anymore. I hate this shit. I hate it.
So it felt very, it felt very natural to an extent. But then I forgot what it said on the other side. And I'm trying to find it, and I can't.
It was something about, like, his son, the first part. And then I can't remember what it was either. Because she asked him what it was.
Yeah.
And then she knew what it was.
Yeah, because like one of them was what his son asked, and one of them was what he responded with. That sort of a thing.
I don't remember the other one. The second one.
WAAWB.
We are what we try to be.
No, because I think it was some. Always will be. Something always will be. But I don't remember what it fully was. I'm trying to find it right now. And it's funny because like everything I'm finding right now is just asking if they were real tattoos. And it's like, come on now. Yeah, are we the good guys? Oh, are we the good guys? We are and always will be. That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, this one is like, are his tattoos real? I'm like,
yeah. So that was the thing. Is like his kid said to him apparently like, "Are we the good guys?" And his response was always, "We are and always will be." Yeah. Which I was like, okay, that's kind of like I said, kind of cool, a little bit corny, but like it fit with the movie. I thought that was the thing that was like really cool, was that it fit within the movie. All right, so now that's just us running our mouths about this. Now let's get into it a little bit more. Cast.
Great cast.
Actually, I thought phenomenal across the board.
Yeah. Like we have, like our core cast. We have Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Stephen Yeun, Asian Ben Affleck, Tiana Taylor, who was just in another movie we watched.
Oh yeah, she wasn't she? Because we were talking about that. Was she in another?
Well, actually, we didn't. We were. I saw she's in one battle after another. I was watching that. She's in that.
Oh, that's what it was. We talked about. You and me talked about.
Yeah. So I had started watching it. I haven't finished it.
Yes.
Sasha Calle, which is Supergirl.
Supergirl from the Flash movie, but we don't talk about that.
Kyle Chandler, who I didn't know Kyle Chandler was in this, and I saw him and I went, hell yeah, love Kyle Chandler.
Yes, anytime he shows up in anything, it's just like, yeah, Coach T. All right.
Coach T. Yep. Scott Adkins, who I didn't realize it was Scott Adkins in the first scene, because you usually don't see him like clean cut and like an authority figure. You always kind of like a ruffian.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first saw Scott Adkins as the name for the character, or for the actor, I thought it was God, what was it? It was one of the guys from the original Suicide Squad movie, like the 2016 one. Whose name is also, I think it's also Scott something. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Nope, that's...
Yep, Scott Adkins has had he's like a really underrated action star, and he John Wick 4. He was a really good character in John Wick 4. He was in The Penguin, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Am I wrong about that? I think I'm wrong about the Penguin. He played a character like the Penguin in John Wick 4. That's what it was. He wore a fat suit. He wore a fat suit.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me mixed up. I thought it was Scott Eastwood.
Oh, Scott Eastwood. Yes,
that's what I thought in my head.
Yes.
So like at the end,
you're like Clint Eastwood's son's in this too.
I was like at the end of this, I was like, when it got done, I was like, I didn't see Scott Eastwood. But yeah, no. It's funny because Scott Adkins apparently is like supposed to be like the Ben. Like is he Australian or English? Like he's like the English Ben Affleck, or there's like that sort of thing.
I could see that. Yeah. He's
like,
English. Yeah.
So there's always been that joke running around like that. So they finally
made it. So his brother.
It made it happen. Yeah, they made it happen apparently. Which I thought was good.
But if you look at his thing, he's been in so many movies, but he's always like a B movie action hero. Like I don't know how good he is as an actor, but as like a action actor, he is up there. So like because he was actually in the Bourne Ultimatum that I'm looking.
Oh wow.
But he's the Medallion show. But he's been in so many movies. Scott Adkins.
And then the last one that we didn't even get to was Catalina Sandino Moreno.
Yeah.
Who was one of the other girls. So the main core group is 3 guys, 2 girls. That's the main core group that we have here. And it's Matt, it's Ben, it's Steven, Tiana, and Catalina. And I thought genuinely they worked very well together.
3 guys, 3 girls.
Well, Sasha comes in later because she's in the house.
Oh, she's not a cop. She's the informant.
She's Desi. Yeah, Desi.
That's right.
But yeah, so but I thought those 5 together, whenever they were on screen, like no matter who it was, like there was a like. It was weird because there was a genuine relationship, it felt like, when they were all on screen together. Like, they felt natural, they felt like homies, they felt like friends. Sometimes you get a group of people like that together, and it's just like, there's a weird vibe between some of them. But I don't know what it was in this one, but it felt natural anytime they were on screen together.
Yeah.
And, like, it's weird because, like, this is one of the first times I feel like where I can't really say there was a weak point.
No.
Like, I thought they all did fantastic. I would argue that this is one of Ben's better movies, acting wise as well. Like, are there some over the top moments? Of course there are, but it's an action thriller movie. Like, what do you expect?
It's a cop movie. Like,
yeah, it's
all I can think is like this was Ben Affleck's like. I wasn't in. What was the Boston Irish police movie? I am with Matt Damon. My brain. I can't remember anything.
It's Matt Damon. It's got Marky Mark.
The Departed.
Yeah.
So like Matt Damon, The Departed, considered one of the best Boston crime movies of all time. There's so many Boston crime movies. This was like, in a way, this is like Ben Affleck if he was in The Departed.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that. And it's just like, it works very well. All these guys worked very well together, I thought. And like, this is the first time I haven't been able to shit on something because it's like,
I have 2 bad notes. I took 2 notes of like things I didn't like in the movie.
Okay, let's hit those because then I can go off that potentially. I'm gonna blow my nose while you do this.
So Kyle Chandler was in it, right? And he kept referring to like the FBI as the feds, and he kept referring to like the feds. Yeah. And I'm like, he's a DEA agent. He's the fed. He's a fed.
Yeah, he is a fed. That was one of the things that I thought was kind of funny was that, like, you have FBI agents, you have DEI, these are all detectives, like lieutenant, like, but they all treated each other like scumbags. Like, each level is just a different level of scumbag.
I'm not the scumbag, you're the scumbag.
Yeah.
Except I guess maybe not the DEA, because they was like...
And that's, honestly, you're not wrong, because, like, it felt like everyone just loved him.
Yeah, they're like, oh, those are our boys.
Yeah.
They're like, they're not messing with us. They're not doing anything. They're just like, they use our area. We're friends with it. We're friendly with them, whatever. And then the other one was like, all right, so the whole counting the money thing, I was like, ugh, it felt like a lot. They're like, we have to count the money here, which in a sense I get, because if you don't count the money there, maybe in transportation some gets lost, this and that.
That's where the rip comes in.
Yeah. So like when they counted it, it was like $20,480.
Yeah.
Or something like very specific. And then like they count the count, and while they're doing this count, it's two girls doing the count. They get shot at some point. They're devising plans while they do it. There's this whole thing. And then when they count the money at the end, they get that money to the dollar. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, there's no chance. Cause like, if you've ever like, I worked at a gas station, and like I had times where like the count was off, and I'm like, dude, like, or like when you count something for parts, like there's always like sometimes you make a mistake, you're off by one or whatever, you do too many or too little. Like, no one could count by hand $20 million and not mess up.
Yeah, right. Well, like
plus or minus.
Well, that's the thing is like as well. Like they shot up the house.
Yeah.
You're telling me that none of the money got shot? Like,
yeah. So that was like a weird thing for me. I'm like, if it had been like $20 million with $20 and they were off by like $60, I would have been like, all right, like that's just like, okay, it's close enough. Yeah. But it was too perfect to me, and that was like, to me, I was like, all right, there's like, all right. When I count, like I have to buy wood coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm counting out the money for the wood, and I had to count it like twice to make sure it was the right thing. And then I couldn't imagine counting $20 million like that.
Well, like for like a good one that is relatable for you and me, and maybe the small niche of the people that do watch, like Magic. If you buy sleeves for Magic deck, and then you suddenly like buy a precon and you're sleeving it, there's times when I'll sleeve a deck and I'll have like 2 sleeves left, and I'm sitting there like, is this not 100 cards? And then I have to like count out the deck, and then the deck's 100 cards, but then why do I have 2 sleeves left when I bought 100 sleeves? I'm sitting there like, count it again, you know? It's like, there's just that weird, so that was, that I can see that. So
that it's a little nitpick, but it doesn't harm the movie, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't affect, but is one of those like, just like you see it and you're like, okay.
Like if the count was like 19 million, they'd be like, oh, someone still ripped it off.
Someone ripped a mill. Okay, so pacing we kind of talked about, like the pacing. Thought the pacing was okay. It kind of fit whoever was the main focal point of the movie. Pacing did. And here's a wild one. The cinematography. Throw it out there. I liked, because there was a lot of times where they're just moving, they're doing stuff, and like they're in like a chase, like that whole chase scene, and like the camera isn't steady. The camera's kind of wobbly, the camera's kind of moving, and I thought that was really good just because it kind of locks you in a little bit. It steps away from what, have you been seeing the Netflix effect on things? They call it now.
No, what's that? So a lot of things, especially Netflix, or everything that they're being filmed now, is that like it may be a widescreen thing, but everything is focused on the center of the shot.
Okay.
Because they want to be able to put it on like TikTok or Instagram in a different format.
Okay. I see what
so
you're
that
saying.
like it shows everything.
Yeah.
And then this movie was also really dark. You don't have a lot of dark movies anymore.
That's true. This movie was very dark. Like that, like it was like it starts to take, and that's the other thing. It takes place over one night. The entire movie does. And it starts kind of like as like the afternoon is setting, kind of like the sun's starting to set all the way until the morning. Like, that is interesting. Though. I didn't even think about that though. But I mean, you're not wrong with that. Like it feels like I can see that. I can see Netflix trying to do that, because that is just a. Hey, almost like the Xbox thing now, where it's like the new Xbox slogan basically is like every monitor is an Xbox monitor.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like okay, I hate that.
They're dumbing down the games to be able to play on everything. But
it's like, but at the same time, it's like if you have it on PlayStation and you've loaded up, and the very first thing that pops up is Xbox, cool. Like but I can see that them trying to put it on everything, so they try to put everything in the middle. Makes sense.
And there were times that they were like, I did like that. Like, there's a couple scenes that were funny. Like, so like opening scene, one of those opening scenes establishing with our main characters, not with the actual opening, where they're being interviewed by the FBI and Ben Affleck's brother's like, "You're a bully," and then they start fighting.
Yeah.
And then they go to like their hangout spot after, and Stephen Yeun's like, "You're a bully," and they're all laughing about it. And I'm like, that made me laugh. And then there was a scene where they said something, and Matt Damon, I think, was like, "Just the tip."
Oh yeah, so Matt Damon gets a tip about this rip. And like that sort of thing. So apparently when that happens, you're supposed to have like a full printout. Everything's there. Like you have all the information. So Ben and Matt are starting to get into basically an argument and a fight about this. And Ben says to him, "I want to see the tip. Show me the tip. I need to see the. Show me the paper. Show me the tip." And Matt Damon responds back with, "Oh, you want to see the tip? Oh, you want to see my tip?" Like,
and they're like, "Shut up!"
Yeah. And he's like, "Shut up! I'm not in the time for jokes. You know what?" Like, and it's those things. It's like, okay, that was funny. Like that was.
That's funny. Yeah, because they were like calling it out.
Yeah, that's tongue in cheek, very like boys. You know, like
that is what you would say to your friend who's mad.
Yeah, like your buddy that's mad. That's like, dude, just shut up and just rock with me. Like, do the thing with me. So, but the cinematography I liked. It didn't feel overly done at times. The only time I would say it felt off was at the very end when they're in the God, I don't even know what the hell they called it. They called it a special thing. The name of the car.
The Rhino or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. They were in the armored vehicle.
Yeah, when they were in the armored vehicle, it was dark to the point where you couldn't see anything. And I understand why they did it, because it adds a little bit more of that, like, who's who done it, who's the bad guy.
And then it did a lot of like close-up shots of each individual one. Yeah. I think they only showed one shot of the four of them in it.
Yes.
And I wish it had more of that one shot of the four of them.
Okay. I can see that. But
like when they called the phone.
Yes.
I wish it had done back to the four of them, and then you see like the one on him, and then see all them turn to him. That's what I wish I would have saw.
I did like that they did the phone, and it did the faces, and it did like all four of them, and then it started to do it again, and then it went right back to Kyle Chandler, and it showed his face, and then the phone lighting up in his thing, so you just get the very faint of the light lighting up his face, because he has a beard in this, and he, like, when that happened at that moment, he looked like a bad guy. Like, he looked like
it changed. It changed.
Like, like there was that subtle like boom moment. I was like, oh.
His daughter's acting now too, and she killed it. She was in the new Alien show.
Oh, really?
And I was like, wow, because I looked it up when I was watching the show, which is really good. I was like, who's this girl? She's awesome, and it's his daughter.
Sydney Chandler?
Probably. That sounds about right. Oh, yeah.
So
you could have told me anything.
Don't worry. You can tell me anything. Don't Worry, Darling is the only movie she's done, but then she did Scam Austin. No idea what that is. Pistol was a mini-series on FX, and she was in that. She had a reoccurring role in Sugar, and then she was the main role in Alien Earth.
And she's really good in Alien Earth.
That was one that's one that we were gonna do. We forgot to do that.
Yeah. It's good. It's very good.
Maybe we'll do that at some point here.
Yeah.
You gotta add it to the backlog of stuff. I just watched another thing that I thought that was not in this, but a movie a series that I have always thought was overrated, and I watched it, and it's properly rated. Like
what's that one?
Arcane.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're like, there's no way it can be as good as everyone says it is.
Well, so there was Stranger Things. That was the first one where I was like, okay, this is overhyped. Watched it, still think it is. That's just a me thing. Arcane, though, was one, and I had a friend who, like, she likes it, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'll watch it, because I just got done watching Stranger Things. I was like, who knows? Maybe this would be the overhyped thing that I actually like. And, yeah, I was hooked. Like, that shit was... Yeah, I sent her a message. I was like, I'm done. When's season 3 coming out? She goes, there is no season 3. What?
Yeah. That. Shout out another Ella Purnell can't miss.
Yeah. No, definitely didn't miss it all. Didn't miss it all.
Actually, I haven't seen it, so that's all I hear.
Oh, really? No, you need to watch it. Like, I know nothing about League. Genuinely.
Well, I was just saying, I don't know anything about League. I've played it a couple times.
Nope, haven't even played it.
Yeah.
Genuinely a very good series. Like, they fill in a lot of gaps. There are some things that without you knowing it, you won't know, but like a lot of the things that you don't know, they just fill in. So, but back to the rip though. The music was pretty good.
You know, I can't.
It's funny because there's a lot of movies like Sonic, like what was the really shitty one that I didn't like? Playdate.
Yeah.
And then like I'm just gonna throw them out there. We haven't done them, but Superman. Anything that James Gunn does that has a soundtrack now. There's a lot of soundtracks that people are doing that are just straight up just music, right? Which to me feels like it's one of two things. It's either one, it's look at my ego and look at my cool sound, look at my cool playlist that I have.
Well, that shout out Zach Braff who started that trend.
Oh, really?
He goes back to because he won an Oscar for it for his soundtrack for Garden State.
Okay.
Yeah. So so this whole thing is he wrote this movie and had no money for like a soundtrack, and so he made the soundtrack. And he contacted all the artists, and he's like, "Hey, this is the movie. This is the scene where I want your song. I don't have any money, but I would like to put it in here." Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yep. And that's so now it's just like, how much money can I give you to put your stupid song in my movie?
Right. And this goes back to not that. This goes back to the days of just like an actual like Hans Zimmer sort of, like it's just a theatrical.
The other
score.
Superman.
Yeah, the true Superman.
Which is Hans Zimmer, I believe, right?
Yes, Hans Zimmer did that one. Because Hans Zimmer was the first one that started it, and then went to Junkie XL. That was the one that went to eventually. When it went to, I think it was after Man. I think Man of Steel was Hans. I think BVS was Hans, and then I think Justice League was Junkie, or I think maybe Junkie was in the middle there. Either way, like there was a transitioning of the guard, and Hans was like, yeah, no, he's good. Like he did a good job, like that sort of thing. So I was like, but this.
I have the Interstellar soundtrack on vinyl. Another Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer just doesn't miss. I think he's doing Harry Potter. Like the show.
Awesome.
I want to say. Hold on a second. Now we're fully off of the rails now. But I want to say I saw something recently, in news. Hans Zimmer and Bleeding Fingers to compose new score for HBO original Harry Potter series. Yep.
Oh, sick.
That's gonna be insane then.
Oh, speaking of off track again, did you see the SNL Harry Potter skit?
Yes. Hilarious.
Okay, cool. I thought, the new hockey show. Yeah. Kat started watching the hockey show, and Kat loves her smut books. Mm. And she started watching it. And I was like, oh, what'd you think? She was like, it was too sexually aggressive for me. I'm like, oh, for you? I'm like, why? Because it's two dudes? And she's like, yeah, they just go at it. And he's like, there's no romance.
There's no romance. They're just doing it.
Yeah. So I was like, that's funny.
It's wild now because like now that I'm on the Hans Zimmer train here, are you ready for this? Like, are you genuinely ready for this? I'm about to list off just what it says here. This isn't even the entire thing. This is just what it says here. Okay. I'm gonna start us off nice and easy. Okay. Nice and easy. Lion King.
The original? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice, easy start right there, right? Lion King.
Yeah.
Gladiator. Black Hawk Down. The Last Samurai. The original Pirates of the Caribbean series, so like 06 to 11.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight trilogy. The trilogy. Inception. Man of Steel. Interstellar. Dunkirk. No Time to Die, the Dune series.
Doesn't miss.
A dude don't miss. Like, and if he does, it's I'm
looking at the composer for this movie, and he has some real bangers. Looking.
Okay.
So The Rip, The Expanse, which I'm like, oh yes, The entire Expanse series too, by the way.
That's a show, right?
The show, yeah.
Okay.
Which
well, I was gonna say there was a they did a Telltale game for it.
it's not out yet.
Yeah, it is. The Telltale game is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? They're coming out with like a full like third person game.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what I'm thinking. They did come out with a Telltale game of one of the side characters. Cop Shop, which I didn't see. Boss Level, which is a fun movie. Pompeii. Contraband. District 9, which was the one I really saw.
That's District 9 is the lobster movie, right?
Yeah, the Vicus. Yeah,
I like
that's
that movie.
Charlotte Copley.
Who's the main?
Neil Blomkamp. Charlotte Copley.
Is that the actor?
Yeah.
Okay, I always forget his name, but yeah.
Who wasn't an actor before this movie, before District 9, which I just love because he was like he worked on he was like a behind the scenes guy on radio or TV or something, and like the director knew him and was like, you have to be the main character in my movie, and then. Going completely off base on this podcast.
Yeah.
He did the A-Team where he played Murdoch, and they had an actor for Murdoch, and he approached them and was like, "Hey, I've been obsessed with the show since I was a kid, and this is like my Murdoch character that I've been developing on my own." And they did it, and they're like,
"Done,
you're it."
I say this is what I loved the new A-Team movies. I'm gonna say it right
now. I watch that at least once a year. I love that movie, and like another movie that goes along with it, The Losers.
The Losers, okay, yep.
Which is like a very A-Team-esque movie that came out around the same time.
To end this nice little tangent, District 9 should have a sequel. Just gonna throw it out there.
I think it is. I think they are working on it.
Future. Hold up, it's like future here. In August 2023, Blumkin was asked about a District 9 sequel while promoting Gran Turismo and hinted at the project being shelved indefinitely. I don't know if it's getting made or not. Blumkin told The Hollywood Reporter, "I don't know if I even want to make that right now. At some point down the line, it'll probably get made."
So he makes some really good stuff, but he's had some, like, he's really pushed with animation for a long time. Like, Off the Grid was his baby. Yeah. I don't know if you ever saw that game. It's fun, but it never really took off.
I was going to say, is this Blumkin that we're talking about?
Oh, yeah. And then he was supposed to make Halo when they were going to do Halo a few years ago.
Okay.
And then he was going to take over the Alien series and had a whole script done up. He had all the art done, and that got shelved. And then he started doing a lot of animation projects, which you can see online. It's called Oat Studios. He did a bunch of it's like he did his own version of Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
But just from his studio.
Oh, okay.
So he made like a bunch of short films that are very good. Like he did a supernatural Vietnam one. He did like one about gods. He did a bunch of really good ones.
I was gonna say, it's like if you look at just like early Blumkin, you go District 9 is his first feature film, and then you go Asylum, and then you go Chappie. It's like, Jesus, that's 3 hitters right in a row. Yeah, and then I don't know what Demonic is. And then Gran Turismo, I've heard mixed results on.
Demonic is a short film.
Okay.
Is it not? No, it's not. I don't know what that is either.
I have no
idea. Thought that was
Carly Pope, Chris William
that one
Martin.
Did very, very poorly.
I'm gonna say right now, I don't know any of these freaking actors. It was shot mid. Oh, that's why the film was shot in mid 2020 during the pandemic.
Yeah, well, that's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, most movies that were quote unquote shot during the pandemic, not great.
And then like Gran Turismo, which people didn't like. I saw it and I enjoyed it very much.
That's the thing. I was gonna say, I've heard mixed results. I've heard some people like it. I've heard some people don't. Like, it's just like, I thought it was an interesting take on it. Yeah. Where it's like it's just suddenly out of like.
It was more about the game than Need for Speed was.
Yes, true. Fair. Big fair. But so back to the rip. All the way back to the
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Massive side. Story. I thought the story was good because I had no clue what the hell was happening.
It was like, because like you know, Matt Damon, I thought he was a bad guy.
Yep.
I never actually suspected Ben Affleck to being a bad guy. I just suspected of him maybe kind of being like a dirty cop in a sense, but not
There
like.
There was a time at one point, I can't genuinely tell you at what point, but there was a time at one point where I was like, is Ben gonna turn? Like, I genuinely thought he was gonna turn at one point, but I can't, like I said, can't genuinely tell you what moment that was.
Yeah,
but
there's a time where he was like the house was doing a Morse code.
Yes.
And he went towards the house and was like, "Nope, I'm going alone." I was like, "What's up with that?"
Yeah,
and
then
then
that's kind of.
Yep, and then I actually didn't even think Stephen Yeun because I just thought Stephen Yeun was like he was reporting on the dirty cops to the chief because he said chief.
That's what I thought at one point too, because once they find out how much money is there, Matt Damon takes everyone's phones, and Steven has his like hidden in his like flak jacket.
He had a burner.
Yeah, he had a burner, and he's texting, and when he's texting, they showed it briefly every now and then, and I thought he was just talking to the police chief.
Yeah,
I thought he was
that makes sense. Like you have, you know, like your undercover guy within the unit.
Yeah, like almost like the goody guy, like that.
Yes, and that's like what I thought he was. And then when Matt Damon was like talking to him in the road, and you're like, is Matt Damon about to shoot him down in the street? You're like, oh, you're like that was like a real tension. Like, oh, Matt Damon's a dirty cop. Like, and then
no, I thought Matt was going to kill him at that point.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm going to go look for him, and he said he couldn't find him. And then, but you see the Ben Affleck, you see a gun come up behind him. You're like, oh, he killed Ben Affleck. You're like, wow. But you didn't see it, so you know, like you never know. And then that turnout was funny when like the place gets shot up and they come outside, and then the cartel guy comes up and he's like, oh, and then Ben Affleck's like, he's with us, and they're like, dude, he's a cartel guy. He's like, yeah, but they didn't do it.
That was the one part where I was just like, that's kind of weird. But then the way that they fully play off the entire scene, I was like, okay, that's interesting because it adds a whole new layer to this that I was not expecting. Where basically, like
people might be like, that scene's BS. Like, but it makes sense. Like, one cop is already dead. They have all this money, and they're like, hey, I just want you to know, it wasn't us.
It wasn't us.
Take the money. It wasn't us.
We're out.
We're leaving. We're not. We have no part in this. This is not us.
Which I thought that was really good because it added that extra element to it because like when it first got shot up, I was like, okay, this is the people's money. Because I thought originally I was like, that's the cartel on the phone. That's their money. That's who shot up the house. And then when like they're like, nope, that wasn't us. Take whatever you want. We're not dealing with this anymore. We want nothing to do with this anymore. Like, we're out. We're leaving. Like, that sort of thing. I was like, okay, yeah. Like I said, it added an extra layer that I was not expecting to happen. To where, like, already at this point, you're starting with a lot of these movies, right? And, like, even shows, I'll say. As soon as it's like a who's done it or who's who, you start trying to piece it together as the movie's going. When that happened, everything I had pieced together fell apart. Like
how, like Knives Out. I don't know if you've seen any of those movies. I've only seen the first one, and right away I was like, yeah, it was Chris Evans. Like, first scene he was in, I was like, yeah, it was him. It was definitely him.
Yeah. Was it him?
And it was. And so, like, I was like, and I didn't, and I don't, maybe you see this movie and you could figure it out, but I was always like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Until they get in the armored vehicle, I had no idea. And even then, because I was like, it's so strange. They left the two other cops behind. They're like, girls,
by themselves, and they're like,
I kind of was wondering the same thing too. It's like, what? You couldn't get all four of you guys in there? Like what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's nice because the story is straightforward, straight simple. It's they're going to the house. There's this rip there. They need to go get it. Oh shit! It's more money than we think, and now there's issues. But that's where the simplicity of the movie ends, is at that point. And like you said, there may be people that are like, oh, well, I knew it was doot the entire time. And it's like, okay, bro, cool. For me, I was locked in.
Maybe if you watch it a second time and you know, sure, yes. Maybe
there's more clues, or maybe there's something that does hint at it more. But like, as like as soon as the first like couple of things happen, like Matt Damon's character at one point, like he's about to tell the crew about the rip, and he's just kind of standing there, and his facially, Matt Damon I think did wonders in this movie more than I've ever seen, just facially, with like how he was looking at the camera, at things, and like when that first happened, that was kind of where I was like, oh.
And these guys don't have a ton of Botox, so they can have facial features.
They can actually like smile. Yeah, nice. Like, and even at the very end, I thought there was still another twist.
You're waiting for another one?
I was waiting for another, because like it was one of those things where, like, it happened, and then when the girls are driving off and you see all the canisters in the back, I was like, oh shit, they just got away with all of it. Like, they're not gonna bring any of it in. They're getting away with all of it. And then it shows up and they're counting it. I'm like, there's another twist that I thought I was overthinking. I overthought what they were doing. Like, you know. And then Desi gets her money. I thought Desi and Matt Damon were gonna do it, and we're gonna have a thing there at the end.
They have a thing, but she's also a criminal.
That's fine.
I know, right?
She's also hot. Hear me out. But yeah, it was.
And then, and I liked the end scene where like the boys just go hang out at the beach,
Drinking a beer.
Drinking a beer, cigarette, smoking a butt, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. And they were just chilling, watching a kid play on the beach.
Yeah, just with the sunset. They're just kind of there. The only thing I was wondering about, and I don't know if this is if this had any symbolism at all or what, but they had a. We just got a
shout out to the follower. You got
Constant Joker. Thank you for the follow. Random ass follower while we're recording off stream. That's hilarious. I don't know if it has any significant meaning or not or anything, but when they had their badges, they took the black strap that was on it off when they were on the beach. No idea if there's any significance to that. Genuinely no clue. Don't know if it was just like
probably they're done mourning. They're like, we solved it. It's not.
There we go. That might be it. Because like I genuinely had no clue. So if anyone does know, like,
it is funny because the opening scene, they're like, she was murdered, and they were like, yeah, whatever. She was probably dirty.
Yeah,
they straight up didn't care that the cop was.
It's because it's very interesting. Because like the whole movie deals with crooked cops, right? Crooked cops doing crooked things, and you know like how each department kind of sees it, and it was just like it hit just right from there. So the entire movie, you're wondering who's crooked.
And then, we didn't even mention there was they mentioned a few times, the department that was all fired and like let go because they were like a group of crooked cops.
I was going to say about that earlier.
The ATP or something.
Oh, I wanted to say HVAC, and I was like, I know that's not the right thing.
But it was a three something, and then like when those cops showed up and they're like, "Why I know you?" and he's like, "You don't know me," and then they reversed out of there quickly. You're like, yeah, one of those guys is bad for sure.
Yeah, one of those guys. Yeah, it's like okay, that's the bad cops. Like that's like, here we go.
And then when they get in the armored car carrier, you have Kyle Chandler, and then his number 2, who you saw at the barbecue. They're like, "Where's he?" And he's like, "Oh, he went home. No overtime." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the same thing they said earlier on, and then it turns out he was the one that was driving the armored car.
Yeah, so like they almost like all of the DEA guys were bad. Like were bad at that point almost.
Yeah. But then the guy who took over the armored car carrier was the cop that he recognized.
Yeah, I can't see what it was, but it's not. So there was TNT, but that's what
they were called.
That's what their group was. But then there was another group.
I like how they showed up and they're like, "We're the TNT squad," and she was like, "If they said that to me, I would have been like, who cares? Yeah. What's that supposed to mean?" Okay.
Boom, boom, pow. Like, what do you want? Like,
yeah, you're like, oh, are you gonna do a dance off battle like at the end of, God, what's the name of it? You know what I'm talking about? Yes. The dance movie.
Oh God.
With Chris Brown. He died, but.
Man, I hate that I can't
Stomp the Yard.
There it is!
That's all I can think is like every time they said TNT, they kept thinking from Stomp the Yard. They're like, we are TNT, one of the most explosive compounds known to man. We're about to blow this show up. And I was like, that's what Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are. They're about to blow this scene up. So that was just a really dumb thing in my head. I kept hearing when they said TNT.
That's hilarious. The funny thing is, at the very beginning, it goes, "This is based on a true story."
Did it say that?
Yes. So it is and it isn't.
Okay.
So it's loosely based on a real 2016 Miami-Dade police bust of a marijuana trafficker's home, where officers found millions in cash. However, the movie heavily fictionalizes events, adding dramatic elements like internal corruption and shootouts, while the core details of the huge cash seizure and required processing of counting it are true. So,
okay.
I saw that and I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, whatever. Like, because let's be honest here, 90% of movies that go, this is based on a true story. You see that and you go, huh, okay. Like,
yeah,
bullshit.
Right.
Like, so like the fact that this was based on a true story, but then they added all the elements of a movie into it. It's like, okay, like, fine, whatever. Like,
well, it's like, I don't know if you saw this one. There was the John Bernthal police corruption movie in like Baltimore. He came out a couple years ago on HBO. It was a limited run series, and it was like about like these real corrupt cops in Baltimore, and it wasn't even like in the 80s or it wasn't a long time ago. This was like in the 2010s, and like these real corrupt cops, and it's like you read about it and you're like, oh, this show is like heavily going off and it's making it like way more interesting than it was. And then you turn out it was like, no, this is how bad it was. They actually underplayed a lot.
No, this is how bad it was.
I didn't pick up hey, maybe I was looking at my phone. I didn't pick up this was based on a true story. So
I mean, it was one of those things.
It was so preposterous that I was like, nah, this can't be a true story. I would have. Yeah.
It's an hour and 13 minutes runtime.
It's short. It didn't feel long, and if it's an hour and how long?
13, it says.
Short.
I thought it was a little bit longer. Not by, and I'm not going to say it like it felt long.
It felt like a full movie for that time length.
Yes, if it genuinely felt like it was like a 2-hour movie or like an hour. Like, oh, this would have been an hour and a half.
Oh no, I'm looking right here. It says hour 53.
Okay, now I'm confused.
On IMDb.
That says an hour 52 too. So why does Wikipedia say an hour 13 or 113?
Oh, 113 because that's 2 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I'm like that feels short. I think any longer would have been too much. I guess it was a good sweet spot, just under 2 hours.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect length, good length. Yeah, for movies so far, it was starting off the year strong. I feel like with this one being like one of the third podcast of the month or something like that.
Yeah,
I think we're starting that month. We're starting the 2026 off strong with this one.
And you know what? And this, I don't know if there's any good Netflix crime movies like this.
I can't think of anything.
Because you know, like at least once or twice a year, you get like a police crime movie.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, and mind you, it's not a good one, but we got Havoc.
Yeah, see that one. That one was more of like a kung fu movie wrapped in like a police guys. It's good. We both liked Havoc.
It's funny because I'm looking at it. We gave that a very bad score.
Because it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean we both liked it. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes. I mean, so that's what you give it a 6.8. I give it a 5.
Yeah.
Now, mind you as well, some of these, I will say this. Some of these are also on a 5 rating, so I just doubled everything.
Yeah, because we were doing 5 at first, and I don't like 5 ratings because 5 it's tough to me.
Yeah, it feels
5.
Like it's funny because like as I was watching some of the old ones, we started to do like one thing, and then we just randomly started to do another thing, and then we just went back.
We started at 4, and then we switched to 5, and then we went to 10.
Yeah.
I think there's you get a better like I always go back to like the pizza reviews. Like scores are like Letterboxd is out of 5, and that's like way too minuscule, right? Because like if you give something like a 3.2, and then if you give something a 3.5, those are two very different ratings.
Yeah, agreed.
So
and then so last thing I was going to say is that it seems like people are watching The Rip now. Now that it is actually out, people are watching it. It feels like
they were on Joe Rogan together.
Yes. Yep. I watched a little bit of that. I forgot what they were talking about when I was watching it, but
I saw a couple clips, but I didn't watch it.
But the thing I was going to say is this: so Netflix is looking to buy or has bought Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Which is insane to think about. However, though, one of the things they were talking about is movie window, the window for releasing movies, and there was the thing where eventually they said, "Hey, you know what? Movies that Warner Brothers releases from now on, 17 days."
17.
17 days.
I heard that they were talking about that, and then they're like, we're just going to keep it at the 45.
Yeah,
we had too much pushback.
So originally they said 17. Everyone pushed back on them, and they're like, you know what? Maybe we just leave it at 45. Like, which it's like okay, like.
And I did see that Netflix did something different because Matt and Ben pushed for it. Is that like, if the movie does well, everybody gets more money.
Yes.
And so even like down to like the sound guys, everyone gets more money, not just the actors.
I would like to see, and this is a me thing, I would like to see, especially now that we're seeing them buy Warner Brothers, right? And more partnership stuff, and Netflix doing some more like big movie stuff. Like, and mind you, the only one I can really think of right now is K-pop Demon Hunters. But that did go to movies.
It did.
It would be interesting to see them release a movie on Netflix, have like a 2-week window. If it does well, then announce they're gonna put it in theaters for like do a 17-day, just if it's a Netflix movie, even if it's a 17-day.
What they're doing now is like any movie that they want, that they think is considered like award worthy, they'll put it in like 2 movie theaters for like a week.
Yeah, see, that's like I think they need to do like a full on just send it. Go.
You know, actually, now that we say that, you know what they did? They put Stranger Things in the movie theaters, the final episode.
I feel bad for those people.
Did you know they did that?
I feel bad for those people, especially now after that documentary came out. Jesus, did you see that? Or did you hear about any of it?
From it.
Oh my God!
They're like, yeah, we're filming the 8th episode right now. We're not really sure what's happening because the script isn't done.
Yeah. I forgot who was they were talking about. Oh, they were talking about the Demogorgons. And like, maybe there's Demogorgon fatigue, but like they should be there. And then it goes to one of the main directors, and he just goes, and that's it. It's like, what? What do you mean?
And you're like, you released all this, and then, but actually going back to the movie thing, I just was like looking at like the Fandango app, looking at like movie times to go see it, and they did it like over 2 days. They were all sold out.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
So people went and saw it.
I feel bad for those people now, and I hope they get a refund. But and I know this would never happen. I'm going to throw it out there right now. I know this would never happen. However, I would love to see Rebel Moon in theaters. It's never going to happen, but never going to happen. I think that'd be sick to see in theaters, though.
I don't. Does it have a cult following yet? Like a real cult following?
It's one of those weird ones because like it does and it doesn't. It's one of those like this within the Snyder like fandom. Yeah. Like, they love it.
Yeah.
Like, that sort of thing. But it's like, outside of that, there's just a lot of people that just shit on it because it's Zack Snyder. Like,
you know what? It's funny. Well, I saw the other day, and I didn't realize this. What movie did Zack Snyder and James Gunn do?
I did it.
What? Did you?
Yeah.
Was it that one, or was there? I think they did another one.
Nope. It was Day of the Dead.
And you didn't? Did you like that one?
I mean, I don't remember it fully.
Okay.
To be just 100% honest with you, don't remember it fully. Day of the Dead. I think it's Day of the Dead anyway. Day of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. It was Dawn of the Dead. It was his directorial. So
okay.
This is the thing. So Zack Snyder directed it. The screenplay was by James Gunn. So it's one of those things. It's like when people are like, "Oh, they worked on it together." It's like, you can kind of say that. Like,
I was thinking for a second I was thinking the Vegas one with Batista.
Oh, that one I love. That one I think is hilarious. Like that's.
But this movie was really good. It was a really good. This was like a core zombie movement movie.
Well, that's the thing. Is like so. This was Zach's first major movie, and James Gunn agreed to write the script. That's what it was. So when all these people are like, oh, they worked together and they did this, it's like, dude, they work together is a very heavy, like you're very much pushing that. With one of them wrote the script and the other one just directed the film. Like,
I would say that that's working together.
Chose to direct the remake of the first feature film because it gave the television commercial director, a reason to care about every shot, is what he said. Because that's the other thing. Did you know that he used to do TV commercials?
Snyder?
Yep. He worked with Michael Jordan.
Oh, shut up, Michael Jordan.
One of Zack Snyder's first commercials was Michael Jordan. So, yeah, like that's the thing.
And the last movie Ben and Matt did together was a Michael Jordan movie.
Yeah, boom. There we go. Round full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah, so there we go. I'm excited. Like, when does this one come out? Actually, this comes out this year, I think.
I did see a interview, and they were like to each other. They were like, "What movie of each other's is your favorite?"
Yes.
They asked Ben Affleck first, and he's like, "I'm looking forward to the Odyssey."
Yeah, dude. When he said that, I was like, okay, I know I said it, and I love that, and I love Matt just being like, dude, out of all the movies I've done, you picked the movie I have that isn't even out yet, like that sort of thing.
He's like, we'll see what happens, and then what just actually made me think is you just watched The Way Back. Is this why you watched it?
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I really like The Way Back. A lot of people might not have seen it, but I really enjoyed that one.
It's one of his like actual acting wise, it's one of his best.
I think the story isn't that great, but I think he's very good in it.
I think the story is very. It's a very simple, dumb story.
In a way, it's kind of a real story because if you're not familiar, he's like a drunk and he like his life falls apart.
Yeah.
And usually you see things like that where it's like you look at the other the Neo sport hardball.
Okay. Yep.
And it's like a redemption. He comes back. He's part of the community. This whole thing, and this one, and then in The Way Back, he's just kind of at the end of the movie. If I'm not mistaken, he's still just kind of a drunk loser.
So he is, but he gets into a car accident with a girl from the bar. He breaks into someone's house because she said it's the third one on the left. So he just goes into some random dude's house, and then he falls down the stairs and smacks his head off the cement. He gets put in the hospital, and then they put him in rehab. So it goes from, like, it's not really a redemption movie for him. It's just more like he gets the help that he needed.
Yeah, so
like that sort of thing. It's a like I said, I love the movie because it hits home. It hits heavy.
There's a lot of jokes. There were a lot of jokes at the time. They were like, "This isn't a movie. This is just Ben Affleck's life."
Yes, I mean that's the thing is like there's a lot of it.
He was
just
dealing at the time with heavy alcohol. Addiction. So, so I don't know. I love that like these two guys are, and you know, like this is like you look at this movie, the poster, and you're like, oh, this is like a huge action movie. Like this is they're not. I wouldn't call them old. They're probably in their 50s, but like 50s now are different than 50s 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, like this is you like think, oh, maybe this is like their Taken, like this is their twilight of their career action movie. They're moving into action, even though they've both done plenty of action, especially Matt Damon. But there wasn't a lot of physical action in this movie. No. Like there was just like the shootout they had towards the end of the movie. I think most of it was a pure acting movie.
I think that's the thing is like I think a lot of people went into this movie expecting one thing.
Yeah,
and got a different thing, and that's what made them not like the movie. Because I feel like that's the thing that happens a lot these days, and like, because we've had that happen before, where like we go in expecting this, and then we finish the movie, and it's like that was nothing like.
Actually, you know what? The other Matt Damon Ben Affleck movie we reviewed,
The Last Duel, was that
The Last Duel?
Yep.
We were totally expecting something else.
Yep. So like that could be a thing as well, right? And I will say this as well. This will be one of my last things I'll say. I genuinely feel like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck have that certain community where it's you love them, and then there's
Yeah.
just the other side of it where you hate them. And I don't think there's
Yeah.
a whole lot of people that are in between. I think it's either one of the two. Either you love them or you hate them. And of course, being the Northeast boys that we are, we kind of love them.
I made Kat watch The Brothers Grimm the other night,
Ooh, okay.
which was one of my. I saw that like 3 times in theaters. The movie came out 20 years ago. I remember seeing it 3 times in theaters, and I loved that movie. I watched it all the time. I had it on DVD at one point. But yeah, she was like, "It's good. I just was waiting for it to finish." She's not big on movies,
Yeah.
and like she did this movie, it didn't catch her like it caught me.
Yeah.
So, and the CGI was awful. Looking back at it, I was like, "Oh boy, the CGI is bad."
All right, so final thing to wrap up the rip. What do you got?
Oh, everyone should go watch The Rip if you want a gritty crime thriller, Clue style movie, or like a Knives Out if you're looking for like a Knives Out mystery.
Yeah.
But like gritty and more realistic and not funny and not goofy.
Yeah. I think this is one of the better movies with them acting wise, just full on acting wise. There are over exaggerated parts, but it makes sense when you realize that, like, even in the movie, they're
it was like they were acting within the movie.
Yes.
The characters were all like, it was all an act.
Yes. And that
At
is
least it was
actually,
for Matt Damon.
That is a good point. Because it's like, even at one point Matt Damon's character says, or no, Ben Affleck's character says, is like, yeah, I didn't get what you were saying
Even I
until I didn't even get it until like 20 minutes ago or some bullshit like he said something like that. Like he wasn't sure, and then like at a certain moment, then it's like, okay, now I know what's going on.
And I like how they got the phone away from Stephen Yeun as well.
Yes.
They fake fought and he took it off of him.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, go watch The Rip.
Go watch The Rip.
It's a solid movie. You're not gonna regret watching it. And like DeNutte said, if you want a gritty action thriller Clue type movie with cops,
Yeah.
there you go. So
The Rip.
Next week we have something. I don't remember what it is yet, so I'm not gonna even attempt to say.
Kyle
what it is.
Chandler did it in the parking lot with a shotgun.
Bang.
Yeah.
So, thank you for stopping by and hanging out today. We appreciate it. As always, let us know what you guys think of the movie down in the comments down below. And as always, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night, still try to stay safe. And we'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.